What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now, quickly, just before we get into this, I just want to say thank you very much for the support, right? Today's like the 1 month anniversary of the channel, and we've got like a good few subscribers, and a couple of videos with like 1,000 views and that, and honestly, I just appreciate it so much. If you guys subscribed and you're here to stay, man, then I promise there's going to be bangers every day, right? I promise, every single day there's going to be bangers. But I mean, yeah, today's story is going to be quite a funny one, so if you guys enjoy this, then leave a like, right? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, of course, and yeah, let's hop into this. So this story took place literally last summer, right? And it was at Transmit in Scotland, right? If any of you guys are like living in the UK, then I'm sure you guys are familiar with Transmit. It's basically just like this massive like music event in Scotland. It's like the biggest one of the year, and it only happens once a year. Unfortunately, but because of COVID, right, it ended up getting cancelled this year, which is a bit of a badging, right? I was excited for that. But anyway, so last year, right, is the only time that I've ever went to it, because it was like the only time I was actually like old enough to go. And basically last year, me and all my friends booked it, and we all ended up going. And I'm not kidding. When I say my friends, right, I'm talking there was at least 60 of us. I'm not even kidding, right? There was about 60 of us on this train going up to Transmit. It was mental, right? It was actually mental. There was so many of us. It was just like such a fun day. Honestly, see, to be honest, it was honestly probably one of the best days of my life. Like just the build up and all that. And I literally have so many stories like from this. Like I seen fights, so much drugs being took, and just so much things, right? So much things like happened there, and it was just quite mental, man. But basically, right, it's like a weekend thing. It's like you go on like the Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday, right? But I only got tickets for the Friday and the Saturday. I wish I got one for the Sunday, but like I just like didn't have enough money. But yeah, so I went up on the Friday and the Saturday, and this story takes place on the Saturday. So I'm just gonna skip right through it, right? We ended up going there. It was wicked. Right? It was a wicked time, to be honest. We were there from like 12 noon until like nearly midnight, so it was like 12 hours every single day. Like it was quite mental, right? And I'd say about like 6 PM goes by on the Saturday, right? So it's like halfway through the day at this point. And basically, right, me and all my friends, right, there was like 20 of us at this point, because obviously when we went there, everyone like kind of split up basically. And basically, me and all my friends, right, we were jumping about in this massive mosh pit, right? Catfish and the Bottlemen were playing. I'm pretty sure I'm sure you guys are familiar with them. Huge band, right? The huge artists. I don't really listen to that sort of music, but like when I seen it live, like, and it was like the first time that I'd ever went to something live. Oh, it was amazing, right? It was like that. It was just like I was in heaven. Like, you know what I mean? If you guys have ever been to a music festival, then I'm sure you guys can relate. But yeah, me and all my friends were just jumping about in this mosh pit, having a great time, right? And out of nowhere, we just hear this scream. This guy seemed so angry, right? It was like an inaudible scream, right? You couldn't make out what he said. You know what I mean? Like when someone shouts and you just have no idea what they're saying. It was like that, right? It was like that. We just heard this scream, and it was a continuous scream, right? This guy was screaming for like 10 seconds straight, right? And eventually everyone started, like, that was around us, started looking at us. And I don't know how. Like this guy must have been so loud, because the speakers at this concert were mental. They were so loud, right? But this guy was louder. But yeah, everyone kind of turns around and looks at this guy, and we're like, what the hell's going on, right? And I see this guy, right? Just completely doesn't look all there, right? And I'm not really going to be one to speak, right? Because the day before I was the same, right? But this guy was on something else, right? This guy wasn't drinking. This guy wasn't just smoking weed, right? This guy was on the ketamine, right? And I'm sure you guys are familiar with ket. If you're not, then it's basically just this mental drug, and it just, see, I don't know what it does, right? Because I've never actually took it. Don't plan on taking it, right? It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't really interest me, to be honest. But anyway, this guy just looked completely out of it, right? He looked like he was tripping. He looked like he was just, it looked like he didn't know where he was, right? And he was just screaming. And everyone was kind of looking at this guy like, what's going on, right? And one of the guys that was like beside us kind of went up to him and he was like, what is it? And he was like, my ket! My ket! I dropped my ket! I dropped my ket! Right? Basically saying that he dropped like his baggie of like ketamine. And we were all like, oh my god, right? Now me and my friends all start laughing, right? Because this guy should dropped his ketamine, right? I don't know how he got it in there in the first place, right? But he's dropped it in the middle of a crowd, right? There was like 200,000 people at this event, right? It's that massive, right? And he's just screaming, and in my head I'm thinking, mate, you're never getting that back. You are never ever getting that back. But yeah, the guy goes like that, right? Everyone, step back from where I am right now, right? So of course, right, everyone in the crowd that was around this guy starts like backing up, right? We all took like 10 steps back, right? And it kind of forms like this massive circle. And this guy, I don't know, let's call him the Ket Guy, right? The Ket Guy was just stood like right in the middle, right? And there was a good like, I don't know, like 6-7 feet like surrounding him as well, like, so he was in like a big circle. And I take it, right, he must have just seen it at the corner of his eye, right? Because he just runs and dives to the grass, right? Obviously it's like all grass. He dives onto the grass, right? And me and all my friends are howling, right? Because it just looks so funny. Like, this guy's just out of it, diving about the grass, screaming, right? But yeah, he runs to the grass, dives, right? Picks up this little baggie, right? And of course, he found his ket, right? He found it. And then he stands back up and goes like that, yes! I found my ket! Right? And just at this, it was so much perfect timing, right? Just because, like, at the time that he said that, right? The band that was playing, like, the beat dropped of their song, right? So everyone just, like, basically, like, this guy created a mosh pit, right? And as the beat dropped, right? everyone just ran at this guy. It was like, yeah, it's like everyone was pure celebrating for this guy, and it was so funny. And yeah, I seen him like just like giving out keys to people like of Ket, like just to random people in the crowds and all that, like a little bit later on, because we kind of stayed like near him just by chance, right? He was just beside us a lot of the time when Catfish were playing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he found his Ket. Everyone was so happy for him for some reason, right? Me and all my friends were dying laughing, right? It was honestly it was just such a funny experience. The thing is, one of my friends has actually got a video of it, I'm pretty sure. I've not seen that video in like over a year, so I don't know which friend it is, I don't know who and what and where and why, but one of my friends definitely has a video of that, right? If I could get the video, then I'd put it in this video for you, just to like bring you to the moment, because it was so funny. But I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just the story about the crazy Ket guy, right? If you guys realise as well, I've stopped swearing, right? I've stopped swearing, right? Because I just know, like, on YouTube's rules and all that. Not YouTube's rules, but like, I feel like I'm gonna get like promoted more and all that if I like stop swearing. Do you get me? I don't know, hope you guys get it. But I mean, yeah, that's just about the end of the video, guys. I just want to say thank you for making it to the end of the video. I honestly appreciate it a lot. I love every single one of you guys that watch these videos. Hope you guys all have a really good rest of your day, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Parents said that I wouldn't make it. Need the cash up front, I ain't patient. And I tell you that I'm fine, but I faked it. Yeah, heart so cold, yeah, it's faking.